What's up guys, and welcome back to some more Pokemon and Megarhodia Alpha Sapphire Mega Evolution Speculation. In today's video we're looking at some more Pokemon from the Sinnoh region or Generation 4 and what their Mega Evolutions might be like if they were to get them, of course. So, I guess, usual thing guys, leave me some feedback down below about what you think of each Mega Evolution, and yeah, I guess we'll just jump straight into it with our first Pokemon for today, which is Magnezone, and obviously looking at possible Mega Magnezone. So, Magnezone is an electric steel type, you can see it here, based sort of on a UFO, because it's hovering in the air, sort of in the same shape as a UFO would be, comprised of magnets, pretty much, evolves from Magnezone, which evolves from Magnemite, so you can sort of see how the evolution chain progresses up there. What would a Mega Magnezone look like? Now, I actually quite like this design. It goes from sort of a UFO to, no, it's not really a UFO still, it's more of a spaceship now, you can see here. It's got pretty much wings, now defined wings, the two sort of balls on the side now actually become wings or jets or something along those lines, and the centre section is thinned up a bit. It now has two huge magnets that go straight down the centre of it. It loses the magnet on the back seemingly, but then all the magnets I guess join up and make the two huge magnets propelling out the front of it, which look really cool to be honest, because it's sort of fitting with the jet sort of theme appeal, whatever. You now have the little yellow, I guess, antenna that was on top of it is now sort of the fin and stuff like that. You guys get what I mean there. It looks pretty cool to be honest. In general, I quite like it. You can let me know what you guys think down below. What typing would Mega Magnezone be? It's got to stay electric steel type in my opinion. I can't see it changing from types. I can't see it changing from an electric steel type to anything else, really, because it's electric, because it's to do with magnets and steel magnets, that makes sense, doesn't it? Guys, you can't really argue against that. Stat change wise for Mega Magnezone, I would see a physical defense boost because it does look quite physically bulky to me, and a speed rise, especially with this new Mega design. The speed rise would be very interesting to see, because it looks, it's a jet now rather than sort of just UFO hovering. And that's my speakers crackling, lovely. But yeah, it's a jet rather than a UFO hovering, so a speed rise would be it would make a lot of sense, I guess. It would make a lot of sense. Ability-wise for Mega Magnezone, that's the ability I really wanted to get. If it gets anything else, I'm going to be disappointed. And that ability is Levitate. Yes, Levitate! That will remove the 4 times weakness it has to ground type moves, which would be very, very helpful because normal Magnezone can be bought by a simple Earthquake. It's not hard to take it down. Whereas giving it Levitate would be very, very interesting indeed. And it should have Levitate, to be honest, because it levitates anyway. And how would you sort of, work it out? You just got magnetic, if it's magnetic sort of pull, push, whatever, was strong enough, it could levitate itself off the ground by pushing against the metals in the earth, or something like that, or hover with electricity, or, you guys get what I mean there. Levitate, it would be a brilliant, an amazing ability for Magnezone. If it has anything else, I'm going to be very, very disappointed in, well, the whole of Game Freak, really. Well, obviously Mega Magnezone might not happen anyway, but if it does, I want to see Levitate, please. But that's pretty much it for Mega Magnezone, guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, especially the ability Levitate. Do you want to see that too, or do you want to see something else for Mega Magnezone? Let me know down below, and let's move to the second Pokemon for today, which is going to be Mega Rhyperior. So, Rhyperior, it is a rock ground type based off basically some form of dinosaur. I couldn't exactly tell you what. Probably mixed between a Triceratops and something standing on 2 legs, something like that. I don't quite know. I can't think off the top of my head, guys. I haven't done dinosaurs or the prehistoric times in a few years. But, yeah, you can see what Rhyperior looks like there. Rock ground type, which isn't the best typing, because obviously 4 times weakness to water, 4 times weakness to grass, etc, etc. What would Mega Rhyperior look like now? This design isn't my favourite, it does look a bit silly, but I do like the general idea behind it. You can see, first off, the biggest thing at least, I guess, is his arms. The arms have gone away from having just blocks and actual hands to having proper drills on the end. It's also gained some drills on its shoulders, shoulder pads, whatever, and its head has also got 3 more drills on it. It does look a bit weird, to be honest, guys. It's not the best design. It does look a bit silly. And its tail has also got, it's like a wrecking ball, its tail now. You can see it's got 2 spikes on it, sort of thing. But that's the general idea for Mega Rhyperior. It's not executed very well in this drawing here. But basically, maybe its 2 arms turn into drills that spin around, sort of, around its, if it's an arm, just have like a bit of a spiky end, sort of thing. It just spins around there. Maybe not drills on its shoulders. Maybe obviously it's got a drill on its a horn on its face anyway. Maybe I don't know if we make it bigger, that one, or maybe make the second one bigger, something. But I do like the idea behind the tail though. Make it sort of a wrecking ball sort of thing, and just bulk up generally. You know, apart from that, not much change really needs to be done to Mega Rhyperia. Then, typing-wise for Mega Rhyperia, I would prefer a pure rock type here, because it doesn't really look like a ground type too much, apart from the fact we're talking about drilling here. It's not too involved with the ground, it's just pure rock, really. Now, you know, talking all about rocks there. So I would rather see a pure rock type Mega Rhyperia, because then you lose part of your weakness to water, you lose part of the weakness to grass. You no longer resist. Wait, no. If you're weak to ground anyway. You don't resist rock type moves anymore. You aren't immune to electric. But to be honest, the water and grass, sort of the losing the weaknesses to that, is much better, to be honest. Then looking at stat changes for Mega Rhyperia, it's pretty obvious what we might get. Boost in defense, boost in special defense, a drop in speed, because it's just bulking up a lot. You know, sort of. Just getting bigger and bulky and stuff like that, really. There's not much to say about stat changes because they're fairly obvious. I'm sure most of you would have predicted the same thing. Then, finally for the ability, I'm taking one of those basic abilities, which is Solid Rock, which will reduce the power of super effective moves. So, you know, even with, lose the ground typing, so your weaknesses to water and grass are lower, and then obviously Solid Rock is going to reduce them even more, which is really quite nice. Because it's just going to allow you to be really, really bulky. It is one of its basic abilities, so it could get another ability as well. Maybe, I don't know, battle armor to prevent getting critical hits, possibly. But I wouldn't prefer that. I prefer solid rock or something. I wouldn't like any. I would, Mega Rhyperia. The only ability I have in my head is solid rock. Really, there are others it could have, but really no. Solid rock is my only choice for that. It sounds a bit weird, saying not really thinking about any other ones, but I would assume. I would hope, etc., that Solid Rock would be what it gets. So that's just my thoughts though. You guys can let me know down in the comment section what you think about that, any other ability options for Mega Rhyperia. Apart from that, let's move on to the last Pokemon for today, which is going to be Mega Tangrowth. Yes. So, Tangrowth is a pure grass type, of also Tangela. Let's say Tangela then, because it's Tangrowth, not Tangela sort of thing. It was Tangela then. It's not Tangrowth. What is that? Okay, I give up. Okay. So, yes, pure grass type, also from Tangela. When learning Ancient Power, it does look pretty cool. It's basically a huge mass of vines, 2 long arms which are made of vines, and then 2 blobs for legs, pretty much. What would Mega Tangrowth look like? Now, I actually really like its design. It does change a bit from sort of normal Tangrowth. But I do quite like it. You can see, instead of being sort of a standing up mess, it's now a circle mess, and it's got vines coming out everywhere, including 4 main vines, it seems. They've actually got like hands on the end of them, and the 2 feet are there on the bottom. Again, like usual, there are some colour changes from the normal Tangrowth to this. It's much brighter blue, and the hands are much brighter pink, but that's just sort of colour change. Maybe a shading error, but it does look pretty cool. I do quite like it. Especially the fact that it's got 3 eyes from the centre, so it's almost looks like they are creatures that are in a bush, or Tangela like that in the first place. This one does look a lot like Tangela, but, overgrown a lot more. So I guess it might be too similar to Tangela, but I do quite like it, so we'll leave it how it is for the moment. What typing would this Mega Tangrowth be? Pure grass. Pure grass, guys. What else would it be? Yeah, pure grass. That makes sense. Pure grass does make sense indeed. I can't say any other types there. Grass, dark? Nah. I'm thinking dark because of the bushes, guys. But no, grass. Pure grass is completely fine. That's completely fine there. Stat changes for Mega Tangrowth rather. The same as what we just had, Mega Rhyperia. Defense and special defense up, speed down. So becoming a very bulky Pokemon, but also having limited mobility because you're a huge mass of vines and you can't exactly move very well. So basically, yeah, that would be it. Defense and special defense up, speed down. And that's really what else do I explain for that, guys? It's just going to help to be more bulky. Tangrowth was fairly bulky in the first place. Special defense. I think it's special defense of Tangrowth. Was indeed a thing, and also Evilite Tangela is a thing. So then, what ability could it get? What ability could it get? Grass Pelt. Okay, you've probably never heard of Grass Pelt before. You might have. Grass Pelt is a hidden ability of Skiddo and Go-Go, and what it does is increases the user's defense by 50% when grassy terrain is active in battle. Now, grassy terrain is one of the terrain moves, terrain abilities, terrain effects. like electric terrain too. Basically, grassy terrain creates terrain that restores the health points of grounded Pokemon by 1/16 at the end of each turn, and increases the power of grass type moves used by grounded Pokemon by 50%. So what this grassy terrain would do is increase the power of grass type moves that Tangrowth uses. It would heal it up at the end of turn, and also with this ability it would boost up its defense. It does not affect fire type Pokemon, those with the ability Levitate, once holding an air balloon, or once affected by Magnet Rise or Telekinesis. Okay, so it will heal up a large majority of the field actually, but obviously the other effects will actually help out Tangrowth more. If it's in effect, Nature Power becomes eligible. Super Power uses the animation Vine Whip, Make or Sleep, and Camouflage causes the user to become Grass type. In addition, the power of Earthquake, Bulldoze, and Magnitude is halved, okay? So obviously Earthquakes can do less damage. Maybe not the best, maybe not going to help out Tangrowth or Mega Tangrowth much, but you know, oh well. What Pokemon can learn grassy terrain is actually quite a few. There are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 that learn it by leveling up, and then there are another 3, 6, 9, 10-ish, you know, that learn it by breeding. But Tangela and Tangrowth do indeed learn grassy terrain by level up, so you could run grassy terrain, Synthesis, Vine or Power Whip, and then maybe something else like Sleep Powder, and that might be your set, you know, set up a grassy terrain. 1, it's going to restore your health points. 2, it's going to increase your power of grass type moves you're going to be able to use, and then 3, it's going to increase your defense because of Grass Pelt. I feel like that would be a brilliant ability for Tangrowth, especially using that sort of format, guys. But you got to let me know what you think, guys. What do you think of the grassy terrain, Grass Pelt sort of theory I have there for Mega Tangrowth? Let me know what you think about that. And I guess this is where we're going to end up today's episodes, or today's video, because we covered 3, and that's what we do, guys. So, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like button down below, and I guess I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.